Good morning, students. This is your English teacher, Miss Aisha. Today we are going to read our third chapter, which is unit number 8, Moon Wind, in English textbook, The Language Expedition. This poem is written on the page number 36 till 40, and learning the objectives. We have to discuss a few learning objectives of the chapter. We'll understand the main idea of the poem. We will use new vocabulary from the poem in context. We'll express the understanding of the poem through discussion, and we will ask student and that have you ever experienced strong wind? What happened when there is strong wind? We will ask different kind of questions, and you will think individually, discuss in pairs your responses within the class. I will play my own role, and I will guide discussions briefly and connect to the idea of moon wind. And I will ask you different kind of questions like what do you think moon wind means, and the student will share their ideas. We will first reading, and I will read first stanza with expression, and the student will hear clearly, and they will pay attention. I will pause and ask simple questions that what is happening, what do you notice, and you all guys will focus on the vocabulary, and student will identify difficult words, and we will explain the words. Some of the words are written over here, which is clouds, Ferris wheel, flounders, marquee, squall, utter, agog, squawk, and somersault. These are the words, and the explanation is also written over here in front of these words. So just focus on these words, and now we are going to read the poem. I will read this poem aloud. There is no wind on the moon at all, yet things get blown about. In utter stillness, your candle shivers out. In utter stillness, a giant marquee booms and flounders past you. Like a swan at sea, in utter stillness, when you stand in the streets, a squall of hen and cabbages knock you off your feet. In utter stillness, while you stand agog, a tearing, twisting sheet of pond clouds you with a frog. A camp of caravans suddenly squawk and takes off. A Ferris wheel bounds along the skyline like a somersaulting giraffe. Roots and foundations, nails and screws, nothing can hold fast, nothing can resist the moon's dead still blast. Let me tell you about this poem. This is all about an imaginary condition of moon wind. A person can think that this is a big thing, so it can cause big disaster on the earth. Even there is no wind in the moon, on the moon, but we can imagine that if there is any moon, that could be very disasterable. So there are some questions in the exercise on page number 37, understanding of the poem. So we are going to write down the meanings and the question and answers mentioned in this chapter. So we will write down some question and answers. First of all, we will write down some word explanation that are written on the page number 35. So after that, question answers. Question A, which is according to the poem, what is the result of the moon wind? And the answer is, as there is no wind and gravity on moon, the poet tried to illustrate imaginary power of it, that moon wind creates utter chaos despite the utter stillness. It blows out candles, knocks people off their feet. So this is the question A. We have to write it down. Then there is question B. How does the speaker describe the effect of the moon wind on the natural world and the speaker's emotions? So in the poem, the poet said that moon wind caused big changes on earth. It can shake sea, it can move a tent wildly, it can blow hands and cabbages so hard it can make him feel scared and amazed. It creates a strange, quiet but powerful atmosphere. So this is the answer of the question B. Now we have to write down about the central idea, which is the central idea of the poem Moon Wind. It is an imaginative poem describing a silent, chaotic wind on the moon that moves objects despite the lack of atmosphere. It highlights the non-gravitational environment of moon where the lack of wind creates a terrifying dead still blast that disrupts and destroys, showcasing the power of nature over man-made objects. So the poem describes a world where there is no actual wind, yet objects are blown about or destroyed. The central image is a silent, invisible force. The moon's dead still blast that is more powerful and frightening than a regular noisy storm. The stillness of moon is not peaceful but chaotic and uncontrollable, making even strong structures feel fragile. It says that human inventions can't withstand the unique and harsh condition of moon. So this is the central idea of the poem, and this is the complete understanding and explanation of the poem. So there are some words which you have to write the answers, sentences of the these words in your own words. You have to make the sentences of these words. The first word is shiver, the second is squall, number 3 is caravan, number 4 is foundation, and number 5 is resist. These are the 5 words you have to make sentences. You have to use these words in your sentences. So here the chapter number 3 is N. If there is any confusion about the chapter, you can ask me about it, and do your work clearly and neatly. Put your margins, put your dates on which you are working, and maintain a proper index in your copy, and do all your work neatly and clearly. So thank you very much, students. Bye bye.